I actually want to do a video on July with an iPad, of course, and I'm making this video on Friday the 5th of July. And it's been like a very hot day, where it's actually been like 24 degrees Celsius, so I wouldn't say I wouldn't classify it as basically more like very hot. I would say it's pretty warm, very warm I would say. But let's take a look at this one here. Do you remember this product here, which was the Flip Out Trading Card Game Team Up Cards? I actually do, and this is the Booster Random Bag 5-pack. And look at the price, it's actually downsized, £14.95 or £15, that's 5 pence away of course. And look at this is version 9, so this is a very brand new version of this type of booster pack here. And also why is it so new, for the fact that we've got different artwork of course. Not sure you can actually see, but it's a very sort of different artwork I believe. And to be quite honest, we'll take a look at what it is. I think that's the same info that we've looked at. Maybe that's a bit different. I'll show you what the cards look like, see how good or bad they are. And I'm actually quite curious that there's the same things about defeating your opponents and taking all 6 prize cards, which are yours in fact. Drawing a card if your opponent fails to begin with a certain or specific card. Now it's actually quite a similar sort of reading, but I think the EX thing there, it's reading, it's actually very tricky because of, look at the way the detailing has been put up onto this hairy sort of raptor sort of bird. I wouldn't say it's a parrot, but it's more like a raptor, bird of prey sort of thing, because it looks like Pidgeot. And I'll show you what the cards look like. I don't know how many cards they're going to be, maybe around 95. I tell you guys, I think it's been like over 109, I'll probably think 100 cards. And it's actually been like a very big number. And what's quite strange is that during June, I've actually stopped production of these cards, and hopefully, I think what's left off was the trainer cards, which was very interesting. Oh, look at that, Electric Sheep, little egret. We've got all of these cards, Pink Electric Sheep, Lavender Town, Giant Hornet. And then we finish with this card here. It's Magikarp and Baleen Whale. We'll take a look at this card here. And I might talk later on in this video, and I might show you what it is going to be all about. I don't know what this year's July is actually going to be like. But I do have some very further announcements as I go along with all the cards. I'm not going to repack the whole product in terms of putting all the cards away until the camera is stopped basically recording, or I stop recording this video of course. But I just want to have a very huge apology on saying I'm actually very sorry, because why I'm sorry at the moment is I have to delay my complexity of making videos on YouTube, because it feels like that making videos these days has now turned into a very simplistic monster, I tell ya. But I could tell you guys, that's just the way I'm just making videos, you know, just perusing all the cards, you know, just looking at things like that. It's very important to say that making cards can be the best and the worst aspect in just making different types of cards, I suppose, eh? This one doesn't have any EX cards, but we've got a European Brown here, which is okay. And we'll take a look at this very tough sort of booster pack, which I think it's very hard to get it out. And I think maybe it's very well, let's just say, well worth understanding to basically go what's happening, I suppose, eh? I dare say, in the real world, it's very hard to get out. I don't know. It's actually very hard to get these cards out. Oh my goodness me, eh? Maybe I need to have a very big strength of 1,000 memo. Maybe I'll try the other booster pack. And, in fact, all the cards are the same. Maybe I should, you know, try and flip this section out. I think it's very hard to get these cards out. Maybe I'm not doing a very good job as I usually do. And here comes all the cards out. There they are. Oh, it's a different packaging, so there's like 2 packets. I've expected 2 packets on a booster pack. That's very interesting, I suppose, right? We'll take a look at what this booster pack has to say. Whoa. It's pretty tough, I tell you, eh? It is extremely tough. Whoa, I just cannot believe it. Very, very, very tough. Look at what it is. It is so amazing indeed. There we go. This is what it looks like. We've got a male hen harrier, female hen harrier, electric charger, some dragons, of course, dragon knight, mountain hare. Pretty awesome, I suppose. It's a very nice sort of booster pack, I suppose. And we'll finish off with the odd Ramphosaurus EX card. We'll take a look at what this one comes up next with. I bet you it's actually quite very hard to get these booster packs out. I think it's the different packaging, I suppose, eh? Maybe it comes from the same packaging where these bandages come from. Here you go. We have Wasp Larvae, Hackalong Dragon, Dragon Knight. It's named after Pokemon, isn't it? Even the pictures do have a very huge resemblance to the characters that, the creatures that Game Freak have been designing. But I just want to know, I don't hate the franchise a lot. And look at that, it's the same card I've caught. Well, actually, it's the same card I've actually got, not caught. Well, I've actually cut it off from the printer, that's what I'm saying, yeah? But here is this very interesting, what would you say? I'd probably say it's a very simplistic bombshell of all of the cards I've just unpacked. But what I might do after making this video is I have to basically repack all of the cards. But I think from some time now, I think it's time to do a bit of weather synopsis. But before I show you the weather, of course, I've got this very cheap Chinese fan, and I'm not going to poke it over a finger, of course, otherwise my fingers will be deteriorated by the fan's blades, but nevertheless they've been secured by the metal casing on the fan. But what I didn't notice about this very cheap and nasty Chinese fan is that, look at the wires. If I pull the wires here, I've actually noticed if you pull the wires it actually gets locked up. I'm not sure if this is working well. If you actually take the wires out, it actually it's a very cheap and nasty sort of fan in the sense that if you basically pull the wires or tweak the wires out, the fan will break and it's not going to be working. Anyways, I think that's about it with the fan. I think it's time to take a look at the weather, which I'm very curious about it at the moment. And we'll take a look what it is though. It's been like 24 degrees Celsius, and now, sadly, we've got some fairly cool weather here at the moment, and it actually comes towards Monday as well. So I'm very, very pear-shaped at the moment. And the question is, will there be any signs of 25 degrees Celsius? I don't think so. We've only got 24 degrees Celsius on Monday. Tuesday we've got 23 degrees Celsius. I mean, why are there so many heckable 23 degrees Celsius sort of temperatures here in this country now? And I'll show you why. We've got a cold front coming in, and that's why we've got low pressure coming in. But it looks like that high pressure is set to retaliate as much as it can. So I think it's starting to retaliate again. High pressure, of course. And I think that's just about it. High pressure is starting to retaliate, but we've got some very northerly winds, which is disappointing, I'd say, eh? But anyways, I think that's about that in this video. Hopefully I'm actually saying, hope you enjoy it, of course. And I'm really sorry that my videos are not starting to complex that now, because I just have to wait for some. If I get my videos correctly, of course, it's going to be a very different sort of video. If I bring my own complex videos on YouTube, it's going to be much more better by just, making videos in a much better way, in a great way, in a good way, perhaps. I suppose it's very interesting when you make videos like this. Anyways, I think I have to basically jump cut for a while. As always, thanks for watching and bye for now.